What's good, baby? Welcome back to Protoscope's gaming channel featuring Brave Frontier. So today's video we're going to talk about how to build a perfect balanced team. Now there's many variations to a team. We have arena team, you have a sparking team, crit team, rainbow team, all that crazy stuff. But let's say you just want a team to try to fit every role. And what if you wanted to just make that one team that can do everything you wanted? Might not be a parade team and a raid or arena team, but outside of that, like trials, vortexes, grand quests, and stuff like that, like the basics. I know we do have grand quests that do require you to have probably 1 or 2 units only, but let's just basically show how I go about building my teams. I know. Police outside. I live in the hood, with respect. Alright, so first off, you start with a leader skill. Pick a leader skill you want to use. Think of a nice leader skill, and then apply that to your unit of choice. Now, there's many types of leader skills out there that are good. Like Tridon was one of the best in global now, because he has a 40% boost to HP, boost recovery by 50%, and permanent reduction in damage by 10%. So he mitigates 10% of damage, and he also has a crit booster. But now we have a unit that's out that you all know of, and that unit is no other than Big OG himself. Let me just take the spheres off of him, because we're gonna get into that later. Hold on, take this one off as well. All right, so we got Gazaya. Now I'm gonna choose him for my leader skill because he's a mitigator as well, but he gives 35% boost to all parameters, not just recovery and HP like Tridon does. When you think about it, Gazaya gives 140% boost to stats. Tridon only gives you about 75, no 85, no 90, 40 from HP and 50 for recovery. Gazaya gives you 35 to attack, defense, and recovery, and HP. So I probably would choose Gazaya in most cases. It also restores HP when guarding, so that's amazing. All right, and also gives you an additional reduction in damage when guarding. Now guarding is really essential for certain trials, especially like let's say you don't have enough. Maybe let's say one of your mitigators don't have their Brave Burst, and you don't have any fusion potions or no possible way to use that Brave Burst. Oh, no other choice but to guard. Now throwing that in here with his permanent mitigation and his stat boost, that's really good. So I'm going to choose him for my leader skill. We're just going to build a team around him. So there's many things we can think of, like okay, what other kind of elements do I need? Do I need more earth, more water? Now the meta is still light and dark. No matter what anyone says, meta elements are light and dark because they have no reduction in damage to another element. Like for example, fire has a reduced damage to water. It's half. So I like to put as many light and dark units as possible because they'll always do 100% of their damage or 150% of their damage, either or. So that's why I use them, because you always have their original attack just on anybody element wise. I hope you guys get where I'm going. Alright, so now we don't need a mitigator because he is a mitigator, so that's another reason why I picked him. I just skipped that whole thing. But 32 combo light attack all enemies, reduces damage taken and boosts BB attack, and turns attack to defense for 3 turns. So he's really good. Now when we look at Super Brave Burst, we kind of want to chain off of that. So if we take a look at, okay, he is giving us a boost and attack relative to defense. So let's try to give someone a boost to defense. Now who are we going to use? Now mind you, we do need it'll be nice to get a defense boost because the games are getting a lot harder now. So if we have a defense boost, we need some kind of BCs and 8C crystals rolling in, because we don't want to just go out with depending on just our Brave Burst and attribute to get those crystals. We want to boost production, like similar to what Zell Knight was so known for. So I'm going to use Tridon because Not only does he give us boost and, you know, AC and BC drop rate for 3 turns, he gives us 140% boost to defense, and he gives us an earth shield, so that's really, really good. I know he's a water, but he's still really good. Now if we take a look at his extra skill, he gives us an additional oh no, that's not his extra skill, that's the other one, extra skill. Okay, so anyways, extra skill is a really good important thing to look at. So boost BB gauge each turn with his spheres equipped. Now we're gonna get into spheres after we get the team together. So now we have BB boost, defense boost, AC boost, BC boost, and we have 35% boost to all parameters. Now we got to think of some other things we want to put on this team. So we need someone that prevents status elements, because status elements are really a norm in the game now. So if we take a look, we have units like Xvel. Now Xvel is a great choice because he gives a 30% boost to BB gauge fill rate. Now I love Xvel. Now the reason I'm not going to put him on this team exactly is because you know what? Let's put Xvel on this team. Alright, so we're going to put Xvel on this team just to give you an example of how to make the perfect team. Well, the perfect setup. There's no such thing as a perfect team, but we could just go off based off of SCBs and stuff like that. So he negates status elements, removes them, and boosts BB gauge fill rate. So now we have a boost and BB gauge fill rate. We have someone that's going to prevent status elements and cure status elements. So that's really, really good. So we're going to choose him. So now we need someone that gives attack boost, spark boost, or something. Now originally we will use Zinnia, but the thing is, Gazaya kind of outclasses her now, because I know Gazaya doesn't give a boost to spark damage, but spark isn't as reliable as a permanent boost in BB attack damage. You have to spark in order to get that damage. BB attack is permanent. It's just 300% more, I believe, and unless they nerfed him. But so we got these units. Now the unit I'm gonna choose, because I want to choose Arc. Now the reason I choose Arc is because his Brave Burst is really, really underrated. He gives you, I believe, is a double you get double the normal hit count for 3 turns. Now that gives you a lot of battle crystals rolling in, and also gives you some insane damage. Not only that, he boosts attack damage for 3 turns, one of the highest, 140%. But he's also light, and he also has a very, very high hit count. So I'm gonna choose Arc for this situation here. Now there's other things to consider. For that last spot, we can kind of figure out what we need. Now it also depends on your friend's leader skill. The reason I said I wasn't sure if I was gonna put Xpel in was because I love using Bestie as a friend lead, because we get the reduction in BB gauge, we get the boost in HP and defense, and she's a BB gauge damage booster. So I love that. So we can use that instead of it depends what's on your friends list. If you know a lot of your friends have good leads, you can kind of play around with it, but I'm just giving you the basic rundown. So we have mitigation, we have status elements, we have attack boost, defense boost. Now if you don't have these units, I understand, but the thing is, the cost is so good now, you don't have to be a high level player to have a lot of, well, to basically have all 7 stars. You don't need to be like a level 200 or something like that, or not even, yeah, around 200. But I think Global did give us 10 more cost, so around 200. If you don't have that, you can always put in some good 6-star units. I'll give you some honorable mentions for 6-star units, but I'm going with 7 stars right now. But you can just compare what each 7-star does and substitute that in for a 6-star. Now the last slot I will pick, it always is between Will, if I need that amazing UVB he gives. But I usually just go ahead and pick someone very reliable, depending on the content. It can either be, if I need status elements, obviously you can pick Tora. Or if you need more status elements, you can take out Gazaya if you don't have them, throw in Edia. But the thing I like to do is, I'll probably go with like either a Groddens, depending on the elements, or a freaking Quaid. Yeah, Quaid. I keep forgetting this name. The reason I use Quaid is because we want to give 50% boost to extra damage towards elements. And also for our non-light and dark units, they'll always have an additional attack damage because of Quaid. I use him in basically every squad. He's amazing. Now another thing, all these units have really good leader skills. We could put Quaid at lead if we did have a non-light unit. If we had a dark unit or a fire unit as a lead, he'll give us that amazing boost and attack. But I'll still go with Keziah. Now some good honorable mention units for 6-star replacements. If you didn't have Quaid and you wanted to have those elements, you can always use a Sheeta. Sheeta is free if you didn't get him from the level up campaign that Gloomy did like 25 billion times already. If you don't have Tridon, you can use someone like Darwin Shell or Eve to give that boosted defense. If you don't have Arc, you can easily just use a Michelle 6-star or what's her name? Luca, the Earth chick. Is that an Earth chick? Let me see. I think that's an Earth chick. I want to make sure. Let me see. I think that's an Earth chick. I believe she's Earth. It's a dude. Luca's a dude. Alright. A dude. I think it's a dude. I don't know what the hell this dude is. I just said dude. But yeah. You can also throw around with this batch. This batch gives you 2 elements. So you can play around with this. If you put 3 of these batches in there, you have all elements. So you can put, you know, Luca in there, or like Orna or something like that in there. Give you all those elements. Grodin is actually a really good sub for Tridon or even Arc or even Keziah, because he gives you high damage. He gives you increases all stats, but only gives you mitigation between light and dark elements. But he also gives you light and dark elements added and 6 BCs each turn, which is really good. Now this is probably like the squad I'll use for most things, and just throw in. I'll usually take out Xfel, put in a Andaria 7-star, and then use a bestie lead, because Andaria gives you 7 BCs each turn and status element negation and prevention. So, well, yeah, remove the negated from a Brave Burst, and also gives you paralysis and poison. So it depends on the situation, but something like this is probably good for a lot of trials. Now, I'm not a, you know, the best team composition, I guess. How do I say it? I'm not the best person to probably ask about team compositions, but I know a little bit about the game. So I'm trying to give you guys like some advice of how to put together teams. So I hope I help some of you guys out. I'll probably get dislikes this video because I probably didn't mention some units, but I mean, this is just my opinion on how I go about building teams. If you look at all my videos, I always have at least one of these units on every freaking trial video. Maybe not Keziah because he just came out, but you always see me use Tridon. Now Tridon can easily just be replaced with Fever or somebody like that gives BCs. Zelknight is pretty relevant, guys. I don't think he's just irrelevant because he's a 6-star. I actually really like Zelknight. But if you guys have any questions, leave it in the comments below. In this video, I want to give a special thing for all the new players. If you're a new player and you're trying to get some friends, leave your ID in the comments below so we can add you up. I'll add some randoms up, so I'll add about 2 random people that comments their IGN. Also, everyone else post your IGN, but just leave like a message of like what units you use, or what's your lead, basically put your best unit you like, or what's the most frequently unit that you have at lead, or something like that. But apologize if this video is all over the place. Try to give you, I didn't really organize it the way I wanted to, but I feel like I work better when I don't put down notes. If I just give you stuff off the top of my head, because then I go and try to think about stuff I really don't do. So if I just tell you how I do stuff, you guys can get like a brief idea of how people around my level think. So, it also depends. Some people like to put units that no one else even has, like Eternity. Like he'll put a friggin' Falma in just because no one uses him. He claims he loves them and all this other shit, but it all depends on situations and preference. But this is like my main squad that I love using because Quaid gives you all elements besides light and dark, but we don't really care about light and dark too much because we have 2 light units. If it was a dark unit, then we can worry a little bit, but we can throw in a Krantz lead or something like that, or a Krantz. I don't have Krantz, so it all depends. Like if it's a light or dark boss, replace Quaid or Gra. If it's both, it's up to you. But I have Arc for the amazing hit count. Now Arc can just be replaced, period. I can put Will in. I'm just giving you an example of like the best questing team, a nice raid team that you won't really need too much trouble figuring out if you're gonna survive, because this is a pretty reliable team. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Thanks for watching. Check out my other videos. Boom, Maxwell right there. Boom, Gra right there. If you want to know how to get some BB fodder, bam, right there. All of them in the description below. Peace out.